Alright, here we go! We are on the road, doing road things. It's kind of toasty out there. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. I am driving home. I have nothing real special to report. It was just another day in the office, trying to do what I do when I do what I do and how I do. So anyway, hopefully I can have another excellent day and we can carry on with whatever the heck we need to carry on with. I don't know what I'm getting at this point. I'm just hoping that I can get there, and hopefully I can get there in good enough time that it's not a whole big problem. And it's really all I've got is, oh Lord have mercy, this is not the right time to be leaving work. There's a whole bunch of traffic out there. Anywho, my phone went off a bunch of times. I am tired and ready for break. But it is going to be a long time because I am going to be stuck in traffic. Man, I don't feel like making this video. Gosh, I'm so ready to be done with this challenge. It's tiresome, and I know that I'm just pushing out crap. And it's just like, oh my gosh. How much crap can I possibly push out before I get tired of pushing out crap? Part of me wants to just put music on and just, who cares if they copyright me? At least I'll be doing something. Talking about something productive. Doing something productive. But instead I will just stop and go and stop and go and stop and go and go and stop and go and stop and go and go and stop. But one of these days, when I am a legend, people will admire this content. They'll be like, wow, that man was so brilliant. He sat in his car and talked about nothing and made it entertaining. And I was like, yeah, I did that. I posted a trailer for Compression Man 4, which drops on the 20th of September. So that's been getting decent enough attention, I reckon. I've noticed that I've been getting a lot less attention on Facebook than I used to. I pretty much just have the same couple of offenders who come by and say something to me and then move on with their day. And then, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully everything goes well and I can just succeed in what I'm doing. And I don't really know what else to say to that other than what I've already said. I think traffic is not conducive to thought, because I have to devote a lot of thought to driving, as it's stop and go and stop and go and stop and go. Oh, Lordy be. Tired and rusty. And a big old lame ball of crap. And I don't know what else to say. That person is doing something they shouldn't be doing. Can't call them out for it, though, because get me in trouble for calling them out on a camera, and someone else watches it, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing that? I'm going to call security. Not security. Anything but security. That Ford gets in, and then the Saturn comes next. You all need to learn how to take better turns. People don't take turns very well. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't come back. Who knows, you know? I don't know. And that car should go. And then that person will go. Go ahead. I don't know if she noticed me wave her on or not. I guess she did. And then I'll go after her. This is taking turns. This is what taking turns looks like, fam. You go, I go. You go, I go. You go, I go. It's gonna take me 53 minutes just to get out of the dang parking lot. Golly. You go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. Oh, now we get to stop and wait longer. Golly. Motorcycle goes vroom, vroom, vroom. Do 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 do. I wish with all my heart that I could do something worlds apart. I don't even know what I just said, but it sounded cool, I guess. More traffic. It's like going out of the frying pan and into the fire pan, and death becometh the man. Oh gosh. I hope you guys aren't expecting a whole lot out of me, because this video is lame. And this is why people keep clicking off of my videos after only having watched them for the first 30 seconds. I'm stuck in my car doing nothing by far. I'm stuck in my car doing nothing by far. Whoop, 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 whoop. I like those lyrics though. Those were clever. Maybe I'll make a song after that. I'm stuck in my car, doing nothing by far. I like this song and I really like you. Yeah, yeah, music. Yeah, yeah, music. One of these days I will eat all of your torpedoes in a torpedo with all of the whipped cream on top. I don't know what I'm saying, but I do know that I'm praying for the day that I get to eat more French fries. Sony apparently announced something big, and then it went away as soon as I opened up my Instagram. I love it when that happens. I wasn't trying to read that, no, not me. Sony announces PS5 Pro. Costs $599 and disc drive is sold separately. Oh no! Video games are going away from hardware! There will be no more discs! And it is unfortunate. Unfortunate. There was a big... maybe that's something I'll talk about. There was a big Reddit argument about discs and stuff on the internet, and people were talking about how they're mostly useless now because you need to be connected to the internet to even play the game, and you have to have right encryptions and codes and all this garbanzo beans. And the person, it's unfortunate because it's unfortunate to see someone who's arguing on your side lose an argument because they don't have the facts that they need. The person who was arguing pro discs was just wrong, and I wish that he was not. But it's like, if you want to be pro disc or pro physical or anything like that, you really need to adhere to the what is it? You've got to the 360 era and below are the eras for you. You can't be pro disc and be like, oh yeah, the Xbox One era, that's where it's at, because the Xbox One era started the downfall of discs. Like it or not, discs or any sort of physical game stopped being a thing in the Xbox One era. And it's not that they stopped selling them, it's that they stopped making them really anything more than a middleman to play the game. You have to download the whole game anyway when you install the disc, and then from there you have to be connected to the internet to play it. It's not like a disc allows you to play it offline, because that was one of the benefits of discs beforehand, was if it's something you own digitally, you generally can't play it offline. And if it's a disc that you own, then you generally can play it offline. It's the whole thing. And so owning discs was good in that way. And then there's, of course, the classic argument that no one can take it away. Not that people run around taking away digital media all that frequently, but it has happened. And I think it is a legitimate concern of anyone who doesn't own discs. What will you do when you can't... when you don't have the means to play your game anymore because you only owned it on this digital platform and they just take it away? We're moving towards a pretty huge rental service game. Everything that you do will be on a monthly service fee. It's you want to write something, you have to pay $10 a month in order to write things. You want to watch something, you have to pay $40 a month in order to watch things. You want to eat something, you have to pay $20 a month in order to eat something. And it's just the amount of... I have a DVD drive for my computer because my newest computer doesn't have one. And I downloaded the software to play the DVD, and the software wants me to pay $14.99 a month in order to watch DVDs on it. And I'm like, guys, this is a basic function. I am not going to pay a monthly fee for the right to watch DVDs. I will just invest in more DVD players, apparently. I've never actually owned a DVD player. I have only ever owned game consoles that play DVDs. It's amazing to look at the kinds of technology that we skip as being members of a certain generation. My dad was really resistant to switching over to DVDs. He had a stout VHS collection. He's like, what's the benefit of going from VHS to DVD? He has now since decided to switch over, and obviously that's comical in its own right, but he's the only one who I've ever known to actually have a DVD player. He has a DVD VHS combo player, actually, and me, myself, like, I have a decent collection of DVDs, but I don't have a dedicated player for them. It's always been just a game console DVDs. And so it's interesting to me to look at a future. I think my newest game console, I think I needed to download a DVD player for it on the Series X. And like anything like that is like too far gone. If you're wanting to cling to the old ways and to something that's actually going to be a better and easier way to watch movies, it needs to come proprietary with the console. Like, once again, 360 is my go-to animal when it comes to watching things, because it can't watch Blu-ray, which is unfortunate, but it can watch regular DVDs, and it comes proprietary with the ability to do so. PlayStation 3 might honestly be the best way to go, because I think the PlayStation 3 is a Blu-ray disc reader, and you don't have to connect it to anything or do anything special with it in order to get it there. And like otherwise, I have to go and buy a Blu-ray player and buy a DVD player and buy a. And it'll be an interesting world, because I don't think these things will ever go away. There's so many DVDs and players and game consoles out in circulation that I don't think you'll ever run into an issue where you're like, oh, I have no way to watch this. But it would be interesting to see a world where it becomes less common to be able to stumble upon those things and have the means to actually be able to watch them. And it's just a very interesting kind of conundrum to be in. And I don't know. I'm anxious to see how it all plays out. My mirror keeps getting bumped or something. It keeps falling down. And I'm like, I need you to not falling down. It keeps getting bumped up so that when I'm trying to use it, I can't see nothing out of it. And I guess I'm going to get over it, because there's no reason for me to be in the passing lane. Passing lane's not really even passing, and I don't need to be going any faster than I already am. So, hopefully, we can all just ride off into the sunset and have a good little day. But I am anxiously awaiting my ability to see what the world has to offer. That could be fun to make little Compression Man DVDs and sell them at stands and stuff. I could do that, and that would be fun. So really all I've got is just some silly stuff about some silly stuff. I was going strong there for a while, and then my concepts got derailed. Jeez, I've already been driving for 18 minutes. In most average situations, I would already be home by now. That's wild to think that I'm like halfway home in the time it takes me to normally get home, all because of that traffic in the beginning of the start of my venture. It's amazing how much time that consumes, and you don't even really notice it. And it makes my drive home a lot longer than my 2 work drives, and it makes it harder for me to continue to have a conversation. Like, and I think that's part of it, is my brain probably knows. It's like, oh, you only gotta spit out stuff for 18 minutes, you can do this. And then 18 minutes comes around, my brain's like, donezo. And I'm just like, huh. But we're still on the road. We've still got a decent ways to go, if I'm being honest. And so, hopefully, I can keep this going. I was talking to this lady today, who was talking about brain beans and spoons, and like how people only have a certain amount of these things to get them through doing physical activity and to get them through thinking. And like mental and physical exhaustion is definitely a thing, but people quantify them into these ideas, and I feel like they do so as a means to try and preemptively give a reason why they can't do things. It's like, oh, I've only got 20 spoons today, and that task you're asking me to do is about an 18 spoon task, and I've already spent 3 spoons, so I just can't. And it's like, I don't really care. Like, you're gonna do what I asked you to do because it's what I am asking you to do. And I'm slowly starting to learn that I might be a bit of a tough love kind of person. I was very much so grown up in a traditional masculine sense, and masculinity anymore has such a negative connotation to it. But I find myself frequently running into situations where I handle it kind of like a jerk. And I don't know. Well, and I don't even know if like a jerk's the right way to put it. I handle it like someone who's kind of stern would handle these things. And I think the world needs more people with a backbone than they like to admit. And bless his heart, I have a lot of friends who just, they do these things, and I'm like, is that really the appropriate thing to do? I have one right now who is in a bind, and he keeps going to Facebook and like pouring his feelings out on Facebook, and I'm like, that is not like healthy. And it's like he's just basically going on there and having a big old pity party and hoping people will engage in it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, I don't know, it disgusts me. I'm just like, grow up, get off Facebook, stop having a pity party for yourself, figure out how to actually make your life better. Like, don't wallow in, oh, everything sucks. Like, things suck, it happens. We go through episodes that suck, and then we come out through the other side and we're like, dang, I beat that thing. Or you'll wallow in it and you get lost in it and you die terrible sucky life. Those are your options. And so many people, because it's easier to just get stuck in the filth and to just wallow in the filth. It is so much easier, and people just do that. That's just what they do. I'm just like, no, stop, wake up. Like, if you're gonna come to me for advice, I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to be particularly nice about it either. I'm going to give you the hard and tough truth. You're going to either eat it or you're going to be like, oh, well, that was not for me. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. Tough love isn't for everybody. But the people who can respect it, understand it, and they can get some benefits out of it. Every form of beneficial thing has its downsides, and that's where live in a society where, is it the soft hand or the hard glove or whatever, and the soft hand is what everybody is preaching these days, so that when you come in with a hard glove you look like a jerk, but it's like, no, I'm trying to get work done, I'm trying to do something. We need to buckle up, buttercup, and be adults. And it's hard for people to have those conversations with other people. It's uncomfortable as all get out. But, like, they need to know. Like, you need to stand up, put on your big boy pants, go out in the world and face it. You can't be sitting around on your hands all, woe is me, I'm so sad. Like, the things that we are going through are terrible. There's no way around that. We all go through terrible things. And if we all sat down and we're just like, I'm so sad, then we would just never get anywhere. And that would just not be a productive way to exist. So I don't know why everybody thinks that it is just the way to be, but it's not. Do not pick the easy path. Do the right thing. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back at it and do it again. And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna break your back probably. And then when your back heals, you'll know how to get around it. Sounds brutal, honestly, and I'm learning that I am quite brutal. But I'm also like, I've put in the work to be where I am. I've done the things to do what I can do. And if people want my advice, want to hear how I got there, I'm going to tell them. It's not going to be what they want to hear because they want some easy answer like, oh, if you just save 7 cents every 7th month, then you'll be a millionaire by the time you're 14. Like, it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't work, obviously. But that's what they want. They want some secret cheat code to get to where you are. And it's like, getting where I am is 7 years in the making. It's not something that I just woke up into. And you're not going to wake up into it either. And your 7 years starts today. Like, chances are you haven't put any significant progress into it. And that's unfortunate, but there's no reason why you can't start now. Someone was telling me about Chinese proverbs, and they said the best time to plant a tree is right now. And the best time to do this is right now. And it's true. Like, there's no sense in waiting around. It's silly. Get it done. Knock it out. Do the thing. So, at any rate, that was a horrendous video. Super long, waiting in traffic. 26 minutes, almost a whole 10 minutes over. Y'all get the heck out of here if you're even still around.